Hey everyone, it is Thursday, January 12th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. So, like I've been talking to you guys about this week, I'm doing mostly lighter practice sessions right now, and it's been okay. I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting back deep into the groove, but at the same time, it is sometimes nice to feel more like a normal person. So I'm enjoying that a little bit, and then also just taking care of a lot of logistics. Inspection went fine yesterday, so I feel like I'm sort of in the clear to get rid of all this junk that's in my room and set the studio back up. Um, so that's good. And car logistics are almost all sorted out. They should be done by the end of the day tomorrow. So hopefully I'm going to be back in the music groove soon, by the end of this week. Today, I'm going to be working on some online class stuff, and then I am going to do some drum practicing, and that's probably going to be the whole session for today. Take you guys along for the ride. Let's do this. Okay, some interesting thoughts from a new class I'm getting into called Survey of Music Technology. It's on Coursera, and it's offered by, I think, Georgia Tech. And it's really cool. The instructor's just going over a lot of the fundamental aspects of technology and music and where they're meeting these days, talking about like um, you know sine waves and the components of sound, and amplitude versus loudness, and frequency versus pitch. Just some of the really interesting nuts and bolts of music that we don't always think about when we're composing, or when we're just, I don't know, in the creative flow of making a track, or at least I don't think about them all the time. And it's fun to think about them because that foundational stuff is some of the most powerful stuff, and it can totally blow your mind and change the way that you think about the whole rest of the equation. And I just think it's really cool. I'm enjoying it. And then I read an interesting Beinhorn article on authenticity versus truth. I think was kind of one of the big points he was trying to make in the article. Is like, and he sort of had defined it very semantically, which he seems to enjoy, which I think is really interesting. But he was talking about how, like, really when you're making a record, it's about staying as true and portraying the artist's vision of what he or she wanted to create as accurately and warmly as possible, which is a little different than what he was defining as authenticity, which I thought was an interesting distinction. I hadn't really thought about it all that much that way before, and I don't know how important it is to think about that unless you're at the highest levels of record production. Maybe even then, it's who knows, but it's certainly interesting to think about and interesting ideas to explore. And I do feel that getting sidetracked by that blog, because I found it through my online music business class, has been really really interesting. I want to get through all the articles, but at the same time, like, I do want to get back to business. Haha. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last with the Beinhorn blog, but it is really cool that he puts all his thoughts out there so openly, and it's just kind of unusual for a top tier record producer to just be so open about that stuff, and I just find it really interesting just getting inside his head, even though I don't necessarily agree with every single thing he says, but I think he would respect that, and I obviously respect his success in the industry and his opinion. And whether I agree with it or not is a lot of what makes me me, and makes him him, and that's really the beautiful thing about being a person and about music is most likely no two people are going to see stuff precisely exactly the same way, and that diversity I think is really beautiful. So anyway, just kind of talking, but let's get to work. I'm going to do a super light drum practice. I mean, I can just feel it's like really cold in here, and I don't know how into it I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna just sit down and play a little bit and just get the blood flowing, and then I'm gonna probably call it a day on the music front. So let's do it. Alright, good session. Definitely aligned with my goals for the day. Just wanted to keep it pretty light, pretty easy, and actually ended up getting into some deep stuff with the drums, which is really cool. And it's so powerful just sitting down and getting the instrument in your hands and just getting past your mental blocks about how you're feeling or whatever's going on that day. Now, of course, there's limits to that if you're sick or something, but even then, sometimes you just get the spirit in you, and then all of a sudden you're going. So, really got into some good stuff. I was working on some coordination stuff between my right foot and my hands, which is something I've been wanting to work on for a long time. And it's really nice to be in a place where I'm feeling a little more relaxed and I can kind of just let the session flow versus a couple months ago when I was just trying to bang out my instrumental practice and keep it to a bare minimum so that I could work on production, which is really important, and I really want to grow at that. But I'm looking forward to getting back to the instrumental grind this year because I just love it, and I really feel that it's maybe at the heart of a lot of why I do music and is one of the most enjoyable things that I do. So obviously my interests in other aspects of the process have grown considerably, especially recently, but it hasn't diminished my interest in instrumentalism and playing and technique and expression and all that stuff that I think really got me into music from the beginning. So having fun, and that's not usually a bad thing. So yeah, I hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals. I hope you're having a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.